And during the stream, of course, he would try his best to keep the energy very positive, even telling fans how much he's grown as a person over his 9-month departure.
Yeah. Boy got saved, man. Your boy got saved.
Oh, what? He a Christian now? Hold on. Wait a second. Nah, that's crazy. Like, hey, man, I guess it's a rite of passage for YouTubers, huh? For black YouTubers. Why the internet loves BruceDropEmOff again. Video by a bando. Okay, let's check this out. I'm seeing a lot of BruceDropEmOff love on the internet, man. A lot has changed.
So Bruce has finally returned to streaming a few days ago, and as we all expected, he had a very successful first few streams back, but seeing him return has only made me realize how wrong he proved the entire internet, who once called him crazy for some of the things he was saying. You see, even though some of the things Bruce was saying months ago may have come off very negatively, it turns out that since his long departure from social media, a lot of things he once predicted or claimed have now come to light, which has made not only the internet, but a few people who he also had problems with switch up as well.
Sometimes you're right, just not right now, man.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chat, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chat, now that I look back at it, chat, yeah, chat, he might have been too real.
Wow, even XQC is glazing. I don't trust this dude for shit, though.
The truth.
But how exactly did these people switch up? Why did they switch up? How has Bruce's return been thus far? And with all of that being said, let's get into why the internet loves BruceDropEmOff again. Okay, so to start, by now, most of you should know who BruceDropEmOff is. He was at one point, and arguably still is, one of the biggest streamers in the world. He originally built his career off of trolling within the 2K community, but as time progressed, he also progressed as a streamer as well. He was always improving his content and coming up with great ideas over the years, and he went from being the annoying kid trolling on 2K to becoming one of the most respected streamers in the industry. Throughout the years, he's always prioritized one thing in his career, and it wasn't money or clothes. Instead, he focused on building a strong core audience, which became known as his community, DEO. You see, over time, DEO became a very strong part of Bruce's success. His chat became more than just the average chat. They actually ended up becoming
definitely one of the strongest communities on the internet, from what I'm seeing.
How exactly did all of this love that he once had all over the internet turn into nothing but hate? Well, it really all began back.
Started getting a lot of hate. A lot of people started seeing him as corny. It all switched very quickly.
Back in spring of 2023, around the time Bruce hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. On the night he was meant to celebrate accomplishing this milestone, he ended up in a Discord call with two of his closest friends at the time, Your Rage and Accusations. And these two would eventually end up inviting DDG to the call and hopefully squashing a very minor beef that Bruce and DDG had at the time. But this whole thing ended up going terribly and will only further the ongoing problems that the two of them had.
But I can respect to where you want to have a real life conversation.
Wait, pause, I just hit 30K subs, DDG still at 700. Yo, chat, thank you for the 30K.
You see what I'm saying?
So this shit was supposed to be a peace meeting, and then it turned into just, in my opinion, a complete slaughter of DDG. I think DDG got pressed in this interaction. Yeah, man.
Listen. I have a question. Beyond this streaming shit, I'ma see this shit, bro. See what he doing, bro. Like,
hold on. Bruce, I got a question for you, Bruce, I have a question for you. Come back to your chair.
Oh my God, this is so stupid.
After all of this took place, it started seeming like Bruce could not keep his name out of drama at all. And this would only further after he switched over to the Kick streaming platform. You see, when this whole
you got a fat check for that
it seemed like the streamers who were on the different platforms
he got a big nasty bag for that
as well, because this is where some of the tensions began to rise.
Yeah, let me look that up real quick. Reportedly around 80 to 100 million dollars, bro. Oh my God. Now, we don't know if it was really that big, but even if it was 20% of that, man, we still talking about around a 20 million mark. Oh my God.
rising with streamers like Bruce and Casanat. Shortly after switching over to Kick, everything would begin going downhill for Bruce after some damaging DMs would get leaked.
Right.
Him sneak dissing a bunch of popular streamers such as Aiden Ross, Asho Speed, even his closest friends Casanat and Rage. Those messages getting leaked really hurt everything that Bruce had going on. After this, he started receiving a lot of hate online. People began calling him things like a snake, and it really just started to pile up, which ultimately led to Bruce becoming less consistent.
Few things are nastier than sneak dissing your boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are supposed to be your boys. You talking shit about them behind your back. Yeah, that's some lame nigga shit for sure.
His viewership steadily dropping. Now, I personally don't believe that the viewership decrease had anything to do with him being in drama or the messages getting leaked, things like that. I think it had everything to do with him just streaming on Kick, because once he returned back to Twitch a little while later, his viewership will once again skyrocket.
Okay.
And unfortunately, even with his viewership going back up, the hatred that he was receiving on the internet practically stayed the same. At the time, every opinion Bruce had was basically looked at as hating, whether he was talking about streamers view botting. Everyone looked at this like he was just hating, or he was jealous because he fell off and other people were doing good. It was just always looked at very negatively. But now, months later, everyone on the internet is starting to realize that view botting within the streaming industry is actually a very
This nigga was actually telling the truth.
So stop view botting. Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view botting, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all as streamers. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
But you see, that wasn't the only thing that Bruce was getting hate for, because he had also ended up in a beef with the entire FaZe clan after people started coming into his chat spamming Lacey Live, which was originally just meant to be a troll, but he ended up completely crashing out and snapping on FaZe in general.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? Nigga, f that fat white ass nigga. You think I give a f nigga, f FaZe?
This ended up sparking a reply from the former FaZe CEO Banks, which led to the two of them getting into like a back and forth on social media that lasted for a few days.
What?
Yo, just know I'm smacking the shit.
What? Okay. Oh.
And fucking your bitch.
For real?
But I'm gonna take one. Watch. I'm gonna make an example out of you. We both know that I'm fucking your girl first thing tonight, tomorrow.
But you see, during the night that exchange took place, Bruce had mentioned that FaZe has something on the way involving crypto, which you guys know crypto and content creators has always been like a weird, sketchy thing.
Hey, bro. And just wait until y'all see that crypto shit that they up to, twin. They got something cooking.
What's the Bitcoin of YouTuber crypto coins? What's the actual cryptocurrency that has ever been pushed by a single YouTuber that is actually profiting people? Where they're like, man, I sure am glad I bought that shit early. As far as I know, there are none.
Twin, that's why all these trying to, hey, bro, I ain't gonna say too much. I'ma just laugh for right now, bro, because y'all don't get it. So I'ma just laugh, bro. But just remember what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. All right? That's all I'ma do. Is laugh.
And sure enough,
makes you wonder how he knew all this shit, man.
Months later, FaZe Banks, the person who he was having this exchange with, would go viral all over social media for being involved in an alleged crypto scam with some type of like pump and dump scheme that he tried to pin on Aiden Ross, and this all led to him stepping down as the FaZe CEO due to the hate he was receiving online. So while all of this was unfolding in the eyes of the internet, Bruce was completely offline. He wasn't streaming at all, he wasn't posting videos, there was no content being posted at all from BruceDropEmOff. The most that the internet would see is a random fit pic, maybe.
You know what else I think is contributing to Bruce being received well? There's been a shift, at least from my perspective. There has been a shift in regards to how Casanat is perceived. Also, I think a lot of people who are really into streaming culture have started to adopt this understanding that there are no real friends in this streaming shit. Like, all the relationships you see are superficial and conditional and based. They're completely about, hey, what can I do for you? What can you do for me? If somebody falls off, they're out. Don't expect to see them around anymore. They might not perceive Bruce appearing like a fake friend with a guy like Kai or Rage the same as if he was doing that with like one of his real friends from real life. So they don't see him as much as a bad guy anymore. I think it's that in combination with him being right about a few things like the botting and all that has caused people to re-embrace him.
once every 2 or 3 months. But even with him being on this extended hiatus, it will only help fans realize that maybe Bruce wasn't some crazy addict who was hating on everything. Instead, maybe, just maybe, he actually had a point all along. And when people came to this realization, that's when Bruce really started to win the internet back over. Even streamers like XQC would admit that he personally thought that Bruce was a bit too real for the streaming world.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chat, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chat, now that I look back at the chat, yeah, chat, he might have been too real.
Nah, what XQC is, XQC, he's a lot of terrible things, but he is smart. He is smart, and he sees which way the wind is blowing.
People weren't ready to hear the truth a little bit.
So basically, in my eyes, this is really like a prime example of not knowing what you have until it's gone, and that it in this situation was gone for basically a year. There was always growing optimism that he was going to return at some point. In fact, the entire DEO got pump faked a few times. I think the pump fake that fooled everyone was the most recent message that he had put into his offline chat, where he claimed that he was going to see us within a week. And throughout that entire week, fans were up in his offline chat just waiting for him to spark a stream, and that stream never ended up happening. But he ended up making it all up to his community and the rest of the internet on September the 11th. He had put out a tweet from his burner around 1 PM saying that he was happy to let us know that a hashtag say was coming later today. And for those of you that don't know, every time before Bruce goes live, he always tweets out say from his main account. It's kind of tradition at this point. So when fans saw this, they ended up getting their hopes up, and this time he didn't disappoint. Bruce had finally went live for the first time in ages, and the energy was a lot different than it was around the time he left. He was being showered with love, peaking at over 50,000 viewers and gaining over 10,000 subs, all within his very first return stream. And during the stream, of course, he would try his best to keep the energy very positive, even telling fans how much he's grown as a person over his 9-month departure.
Your boy got saved, man. Your boy got saved.
Oh, what? He a Christian now? Hold on. Wait a second. Nah, that's crazy. Hey, man, I guess it's a rite of passage for YouTubers, huh? For black YouTubers. Shit. I mean, goddamn. All right.
This is probably one of the greatest moments in my life.
Nice.
Ain't even lie. Right. I was very, very, very proud of myself.
That's what's up, bro. Good for you.
Taking this step. All right. Now, my testament is crazy, bro.
His testimony.
I just wanted all, like, I just hated the fact that I had such a negative heart at one point in time, you know?
Right.
When my favorite thing to do is to make people smile. That wasn't me, bro. At all.
So DDG got Jesus to thank. That's why. That's why, because DDG, that armor is fucking cracked, bro. I told y'all in that video about him being terrified of Bruce. It is cracked. A lot of y'all don't understand it because y'all don't understand metaphysics. Y'all don't understand how energy and frequency works. But it is not a coincidence that DDG has just been on a string of L's, bro. I am telling you, bro has been cracked. Pause. His armor. You know what I'm saying? So Bruce is in a perfect position to come back and just go after this nigga, man. Go after him. And I'm not saying I'm rooting for one or the other. I just read the tea leaves. You feel me? I just tell you what it is. I just call it as I see it. I ain't rooting for nobody. I ain't on nobody's side. I don't know none of these niggas. I just call it how I see it. And I'm telling you that fucking DDG did not want any smoke. He don't got no... his confidence is low right now. You know what I'm saying, bro? Just took a major L with fucking the whole love show shit. Then you got the India love shit. Then you got the Halle Bailey shit going on in the background. What else? Then he ended up apologizing with the Reggie beef because he started going after Reggie's dead dad in a weird way, and it just, everyone turned on him at that point. Yeah, that's about it. Boy, that nigga, that's a lot. That's a good little bit. All in a very short period of time, all that shit happened. His fan base is turning on his girl. It's not looking good. And so Bruce had a lot of ammo, bro. Bruce had a lot of ammo. Then on the other hand, you got Bruce. You got all these niggas. You got XQC. You got commentators. They're all making videos. BruceDropEmOff was right. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Building his social credit score. Building his stock in the eyes of people. Then he's been gone for a while, and so his fan base missed him. The only reason this nigga did not come back and just start going after DDG, I think, is because of Jesus. That forgiveness, he had to let it go. So that's what's up, man.
At all. Like, it's just, bro, you realize a lot about yourself when you put yourself in solitude.
Now, with this return, as I said, everything was basically completely different. Like, even the people he was beefing with when he left started showing a lot of love, starting with DDG. Now, DDG was probably Bruce's biggest beef thus far in his career,
right?
Which is why it was kind of weird seeing DDG show this love, because even over the course of the 9 months Bruce was gone, DDG was constantly kicking Bruce while he was down. I mean, I could literally probably make an entire video of the trolling DDG was doing.
Yeah,
like,
I'm telling you, DDG got scared. Y'all think that DDG just fucking, no, bro, come on, man, he got scared
the entire time. Like, they even got into a minor back and forth while he was off the internet. I don't even know how that's possible, but at the end of the day, when he returned, DDG did end up showing him some love by gifting him some subscribers.
DDG, thank you for the 20 get the subs.
And he also used this method with Soluminati.
Yeah, I seen DDG going, bro, listen, no bad blood towards DDG, none of that. I see, bro, one thing y'all gotta understand about this nigga DDG, he's a master at content, bro.
And so far, it seems like this method has been working for DDG because it did squash the beef with him and so, and now it seems like—
that's what you see. The narrative is he donates subs to try and invite beef. No, every time he donates subs, it's because he's trying to squash the beef. Streamer University, he said it's a way to try and bait people in, you know, to antagonize them. The same thing happened with Soluminati. Soluminati came back. That nigga was too strong as well. That nigga was OP, bro. And DDG was going through the thing with Halle Bailey. Now imagine if Soluminati wanting to really make DDG look bad. If Soluminati came and was back on some doo-doo garbage type shit, he came back with all of the momentum, all of the hype, all of the fucking motion this nigga had when he came back, and was like just clowning this nigga and all that shit. But Soluminati was never going to do that because it just did not make sense to go against DDG and side with Halle with the information that we had at that point in time. It just, to side with Halle at that time would be to side with the idea of a woman being justified with preventing her baby daddy from seeing her son out of spite. You know what I'm saying? He was never going to go at DDG in that way. But I'm telling you, DDG did not want any smoke with Soluminati when he came back, and he did not want any smoke with Bruce
as well. Because when he gifted those subs, Bruce didn't say anything negative about him. He hasn't trolled him yet. It's basically been all positive, which led to DDG going live the next day to officially squash the beef with Bruce on his end.
Nah, y'all, if y'all think I'm still holding a grudge about some shit from a year ago, but y'all gotta understand, like, and I'm sure he could say the same thing. Bro, niggas got real lives, real motion going on. Like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. And one thing I will say about him though,
that's bullshit. Both Tupac and Biggie had real lives and real motion going on. No, Kendrick and Drake, they both had real lives and real motion going on. You were talking all that shit, bro, when he was offline. You were talking all that shit. And you were talking all that shit before. This was all before all them videos about BruceDropEmOff was right started to come out, and the view bot and shit and all that. And And I just remember another L DDG took recently, which was when his brother crashed out at DreamCon as well because someone called him doo-doo garbage. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of a L situation as well.
Me and him was doing our little going back and forth online. He ain't never brought up no family. He ain't never brought up the girl I was with at the time. He ain't never brought up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never brought up nothing that was like over the line. And I ain't either. You feel me? So it really, it's never been that deep whatsoever. It was roasting me about fucking sub counts. Like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day.
Now, to my knowledge, Bruce hasn't replied to anything DDG said during that stream at all. Obviously, he thanked him for the gifted subs, but other than that, he hasn't really said much about DDG. But the love for Bruce wouldn't stop at DDG because even Lacey, a person who literally caused the entire beef with FaZe, even he would end up giving Bruce his flowers in the recent stream as well.
Bruce is one of the only people who could sit at a desk for 10 hours and keep an entire chat engaged without having to go IRL. That's not suck, that's literally just speaking facts.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I do love the positivity and everything that's going on. I love that the internet is back siding with Bruce, but I must say, I do think it's a little fake that all of these streamers are showing love. It's not even about like holding grudges or anything like that.
Bro, this is what it is. There are no real friendships in this. If you weren't already friends before the streaming shit, you're not really friends, bro. You're not really friends in this when it comes to these niggas. I'm not talking about every YouTuber. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about these type of niggas, bro. These streamer niggas. I'm telling you, bro, that's how they are. You see it all the time. It is a popularity contest, bro. If you got motion, niggas is gonna fuck with you. It don't matter what kind of bullshit you were on before. If you got motion, they will fuck with you. If you fall off, you're out. That's it. That's how it goes. I'm telling you, bro.
That it's more so from a standpoint of like, I don't think these streamers would be showing as much love if Bruce came back averaging like 2 to 3K viewers. Like they might have been saying he fell off or something like that. Because when I say like he was getting kicked while he was down the whole 9 months, he was literally getting kicked while he was down. So to wrap it up, thus far the return of Bruce has been going great. He's definitely flipped the switch for his entire career. So far in just 2 streams, he's averaged 30,000 viewers, peaking at over 70,000 viewers with that as well.
Wow.
And not to mention, he's also gained nearly 20,000 subscribers.
Right.
These are literally numbers that Bruce was pulling like in the early prime of his career. And not to mention, he's doing all of this while the Mafia-thon is going on and while Speed is doing a whole marathon tour as well. So while it still may be a bit too early to tell exactly how this is going to pan out, to me, I think it's fair to say that we're definitely going to see Bruce get back into like the prime of his career where he was one of the biggest desktop streamers. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Definitely. As you guys know, the only opinion that really matters to me is you guys' opinion. So with that being said,
that's what it's looking like to me, man. Truly. But hey, what do you think about all this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Peace out.